Welcome to my channel, Blurted Out. I am Chris Joe, and I am glad that you're watching because I have a lot to say. So, my last video, my introduction video, I stated that the channel name was Let's Talk About It. I have since then changed the channel name to Blurted Out. I made that video over a year ago, and I am finally making the second video over a year later. But here I am. I'm doing it. So the reason that I have decided to go with Blurted Out is because it stands out more, and it just means a lot more to me because the theme scripture for this channel comes from Luke chapter 8, verses 43 through 48. And in the message version, it says that when the lady realized that she couldn't remain hidden because she had touched Jesus and the power had gone from him, and when she realized that she couldn't remain hidden, she blurted out her story and how at that moment she became healed. And so when I read that, I'm just like, blurted out. Like it just, when you think of blurting something out, like there's no shame, like you putting it out there. And that is what I want this channel to be, where we come together and we blurt out our stories, our testimonies, our journeys, our life lessons, times that we've fallen, and maybe those times, those lessons will be able to help somebody else and keep them from stumbling. So that is why I have updated the name to Blurted Out. So just a little bit more about the channel. You will see palm trees with me almost everywhere, simply because palm trees, they symbolize strength. And you will notice in areas with lots of water that there's palm trees. And because those areas typically have a lot of hurricanes, those palm trees have to be rooted very deeply. And so you will see in a hurricane, you will see a palm tree bending, swaying back and forth, but you will not see it breaking. And so that is something that I want to symbolize. That is something that I want to stand on, is that although storms may come, I may bend, I may sway, I may be all the way bent over as though I'm about to break, but as soon as that sun shines again, boom, I'm back up. Right? So you will see palm trees with me everywhere because it's just, I love palm trees. So other than that, I am I'm excited to finally start this journey of just sharing with you all things that I've been through, sharing with you just, everyday lessons, things, that God just drops in my spirit for me to share. I'm excited to finally be stepping out there to do this. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of running from God. It's been a lot of excuse making. I don't have the perfect set and I don't have a backdrop. I want to be skinny before I get on camera. Like, there could be excuse after excuse, but sooner or later the excuses have to stop and you just have to go all in. And so that's what I'm doing. So this was kind of introduction part two. Um, I am going to be sharing just some things about me on the next video and what my journey, you know, um, is centered around. And so just as a mini introduction to my story, um, I would say that my story, a lot of what I've gone through, um, how do I say this? Every person has a main, thing, that they've gone through. Some people it's drugs, some people it's alcohol, some people it's abusive relationships. Um, what has transformed my life or kind of set me a little bit on the path that I've been on is perversion. And perversion is simply twisting something that God has said or spoken about and twisting it basically to the opposite. And so while we usually associate perversion with sex. It doesn't always have to be sex. However, mine was. Um, Perversion runs on both sides of my family. And as I get into my story, I will open up more about it. But perversion has shaped a lot of my story and what I've gone through. Um, a couple other things that have really um, impacted my journey is rejection, insecurity, fear of man to be exact, people pleasing, being hypersensitive. And so these are just all stories that I will be able to tell, along the course of this channel. And hopefully, another person hears this and they're like, I've gone through this before. This girl knows, and like she made it out. She's good. So there has to be some hope for me. That's what I want to do for you. So I'm excited about this. I'm also scared. Um, Simply because I don't know what to expect. And that is okay. It's okay for me not to know what to expect. And I'm just trusting God along the way that He will guide me, He will guide my words. Um, and that most of all, that um, people will find hope. And not only hope, but that people will become whole because there's so many broken women out here because of what they've gone through. And some people are still going through and they don't see a way out. And so hopefully by hearing my story or hearing other women's stories, that they will know that they are not alone. The road that they are traveling is not one that has not been, traveled before. It's a well-traveled roads. You've been through something. I can almost guarantee you someone has been through something very similar, if not the same thing. So I'm going to close out this video, and I pray that you all will come back just to listen in. And I want to interact with you. If you're interested in sharing your journey, please send me an email or you can comment below. The email is unashamedtestimony@gmail.com. Feel free to send me a note, share, so that we can get this ball rolling. So until next time, bye.